This evening, these are 2-year-old trotting geldings and colts. And we have a total of 4 scratches in the first non-betting trot. The 2 is scratch. Number 1 is Cliffhanger over the Parkview Stables of Pittsburgh, and Brian Conner of Greenville. Greg Brumbaugh drives. 2 is scratch. 3, DS Pocket Change, followed by Sanders of Grove City and Dublin of Gahan, Ohio. Jim Daly up. The next 3 horses are out. 4, 5, and 6 have been scratched. Number 7 is Spring Over, by Miller and Miller of Ohio and Kentucky. Steve Brennan drives. The 8, Humilio, over the Royal Wire Products of North Royalton for Don Swick, and the 9, Gundy, over Donna Jean Anderson of Circleville for Brian Weaver. Again, the total of 4 horses have been scratched from the first non-betting trot. 2, 4, 5, and 6 are out in your program. And jumping ahead to the second non-betting trot, a backstretch. And they're off. First from between horses goes the 7, Spring Over, for the lead. From the outside comes Gundy. The inside trotting third, DS Pocket Change. Early fourth, Humaliwo. And the trailer off the rail, it's Cliffhanger. Into that first turn they go. And on the 7, Spring Over has the early lead. Leads by a neck. By the outside, Gundy, as they're pressuring a second. DS Pocket Change is trotting a third. Humaliwo is astride as they approach that first quarter. And Cliffhanger on the inside is fourth as they reach the opening panel, 32-1. Coming through the stretch, and Gundy puts the final score colt on the front end now. They take the lead in their second lifetime start. Gundy off an early break his last start, finishing a third, but is on the front tonight, leading by a comfortable 3 lengths. On the inside, trotting a second, comes the Overcomer colt Spring Over. Then on the inside at 3, and Arnie colt DS Pocket Change. They're all in straight formation and on stride as they reach the halfway point, with Gundy leading the way, reaching that half in 106. And Gundy now continues to open up on this field, opening up by 5 lengths. Inside a second to Spring Over. Then it's some 3 lengths to DS Pocket Change, and for the back fourth, the Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger, the gray gelding, sired by Stormy Action. And the trailer is a Baltic Speed fillet. This is a fillet. Humaliwo, she trails, racing on the inside, 5th. Nearing the 3 quarters, and on the front, Gundy, a flawless effort tonight, and he continues to increase his advantage here as they reach the 3 quarters, 136-3, and Gundy now beginning to pour it on and opening up with every stride. Gundy preparing himself for the Ohio Sire Stakes, looking very nice this evening. He has had a flawless effort tonight in his second lifetime start, and Gundy appearing to wrap this one up. Spring Over on the inside, and his first lifetime start is trotting a second. Another solid effort by Spring Over. Then comes DS Pocket Change in his second lifetime start. It's Gundy, Spring Over, then DS Pocket Change. That mile in 2:07 1/5, 2:07-1. Horses are parading postward for this evening's first race. Fillies and mares, maiden claiming pacers, racing 1 mile. First half of the daily double, the 2, KF Noble B, has been scratched. Number 1 is Crown Time Bonnie, owned by Esther Crownover MacArthur. Ryan Holton drives. 2 is out. Number 3, One Last Bunny, owned by Laura Baker of Galloway, handled by Jeff out. 4, Simply Heather, owned by Rick Jordan and Letha Brooks of Ohio, with Rick Jordan driving. Number 5 is Amber Trap, owned by Tony Clark of West Carrollton, Ohio, and Randy Tharps. 6, American Doll, owned by Glenn Huber and Mark Huber of Ohio, with Brent Holland. 7 is Dolly Dart, owned by Richard West of Montgilead and Melanie Williams. Number 8, Sweet Samantha, owned by Fred Farian Jr. of Marion, driven by Dave Miller. 9 is Spring Quest, owned and driven by Ken Harvey of Russellvania. And the 10, Game Jackie, by Bernays Napier of Hazard, Kentucky, Mike Polhamus in the sulky. And they're off. Crown Time Bonnie, first off the rail, fires for the lead. Amber Trap from the center of the track, and from between horses, 3, it's Simply Heather. From the inside, 4th, it's One Last Bunny, moving through smartly. 5th, Game Jackie. Along the rail, 6th comes American Doll. Angling into 7th, it's Dolly Dart. Then it's a gap of some 5 lengths to Sweet Samantha, then Spring Quest. Nearing that first quarter-mile marker, and on the front, Crown Time Bonnie sets the early pace. at the first quarter, 27 3/5. Along the rail 3, it's Amber Trap on the inside. It comes Simply Hither. Then it's a gap of 4 lengths to One Last Bunny. Racing a 5th game, Jackie. Another 2 lengths to American Doll. And another 2 to Dolly Dart as they swing towards the halfway point. Crown Time Bonnie with a big hold here leads the way by 2 lengths now. Inside, Amber Trap is racing second. Simply Heather now gapping badly third as they reach the half in a 58 4, and Holton trying desperately to rate this mile with Crown Time Bonnie. She has a stranglehold now as they fire down the backstretch. Crown Time Bonnie continues to lead. Inside a second, Amber Trap. Along the rail 3 to Simply Hither. And now the rest of the field is catching up now as they straighten out down the backstretch. One Last Bunny will flush live cover. She's racing a second over 4th, and Game Jackie is now locked in the 5th, and American Doll comes to the outside to 6th. Racing a 7th is Dolly Dart at the 3/4 mile marker, 129 3, and Crown Time Bonnie put to the test now, but Simply Hither is moving right by, will take command, followed closely by One Last Bunny as they turn for home now. Simply Hither has taken the lead. One Last Bunny on the outside is second. Crown Time Bonnie is beginning to tire third with less than an eighth. It's all Simply Hither outside. One Last Bunny. These two are stride for stride. One Last Bunny puts a nose in front, and American Doll looking for racing room between horses. Deep stretch. One Last Bunny. The horses to the post for this evening's second race, second half of the daily double. No changes in this full field of 10. One is Prime Status, on the driven by Dan Ray of Medina, Ohio. 2, Agatha Action, by Robert Rhodes of Obetz and Keith Haynes. Number 3, Crank It Up, by James Phillips of Athens for Charlie Schoonover. 4, Princess in Action, by Greg Brumbaugh, Don Moyer and Ron Brumbaugh. Greg Brumbaugh drives. 5 is Quality Made, owned by Brian Brown of Upper Sandusky, Pat Brown driving. Number 6, G.F. Bronson, owned by Gordon Fiesel of Ostrander, Dan Ader with the lines. 7 is Bomber Score, owned by Joe Lanning of Zanesville with Dave Hawk. Number 8, Joshua's Legacy, owned by Milo Condit of Delaware, handled by Ron Steck. Number 9, Arnie's Star, owned by James Picachero of Cincinnati, Brent Holland in the buy. And number 10, Foggy Night, leased by Robert Henry of Stoutsville, Darren Mauser in the sulky. When play show perfecta. Pictation Trotters are on the back stretch. There they go. And they're off. Quality Made is first to step away for the late from the outside. There goes Bomber's Score. From the inside, trotting a 3, it's Crank It Up. Early 4th, G.F. Bronson inside, trotting a 5, comes Agatha Action. On the rail and racing a 6th as a move to the upper turn, Princess in Action. Inside a 7th to Foggy Night. On the rail and trotting 8th, it's Joshua's Legacy. 9th to the inside, Arnie's Star, and after break, the trailer's Prime Status. They're at the first quarter, 29 seconds. And Bomber's Score has taken the lead, leads by 2.5, 3. G.F. Bronson to the inside, trotting second. For the back, 3 to Quality Made, inside to 4th to Crank It Up, now rushing on the outside 5th. Here comes Foggy Night. Agatha Action is locked in the 6th. To the outside 7th comes Princess in Action. Then it's a gap of 4 lengths. 8th to Joshua's Legacy, followed by Arnie's Star, and Prime Status trails. Reaching the half now, 1 minute and 4, and Bomber's Score continues to front by a length. Here comes Crank It Up, getting it up on the outside, now trotting a second. G.F. Bronson now locked into 3rd, and second over 4th, it's Foggy Night. He's found his live cover and follows through as they race down the back stretch. Quality Made now back 5th on the inside. Princess in Action is 3rd over in the cover flow, 6th. Racing a 7th, Agatha Action. And off stride goes Joshua's Legacy as they reach the 3/4 mile marker, and Bomber's Score continues to lead 3/4, 130 4. Bomber's Score by a length and a quarter. Crank It Up is there, stalking the leader second. G.F. Bronson on the inside is 3rd, and Foggy Night swinging 3 wide now as they turn for home. Quality Made slipping up the rail 5th. with less than an eighth of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come. Bombers score, clinging to the lead. G.F. Bronson to the inside. Far outside, it's Foggy Night, and between horses, here comes G.F. Bronson in deep stretch now. G.F. Bronson gets up to win it. Second, number 10, Foggy Night. Third, number 8, Joshua's Legacy. However, the inquiry sign has been posted. A judge's inquiry in the second race on the unofficial show horse, number 8. Please hold all tickets. The inquiry does not involve the unofficial winner. He is trackside in the winner's circle, number 6, G.F. Bronson, a 6-year-old, a hybrid son of Coleman Lobel from Abe's Mamie by Abe, and then trained by Gordon Fiesel of Ostrander, Ohio. Nicely handled tonight by Dan Ader. G.F. Bronson scoring his first lifetime win tonight, 2:02 and 2/5, gives him a new career mark. Placed 5, number 6, G.F. Bronson. 10, there are no changes. Number 1 is In General, owned by Thomas Ryan of Fayetteville. Brad Henners drives. 2 is Special Dan, owned by the E&L Stable of Dayton, handled by Randy Tharps. Number 3, the Son of BV, owned by Mary Hilmbright of Columbus for Bernard Hilmbright. Number 4, Gimmick, owned by Craig Carter of Johnstown, Ron Boston up. 5, BRET Diamond, owned by Clara Young of Springfield and Darren Mauser. Number 6, Springwood Ann, owned by John A. Hoylman of Chillicothe, Art Jones aboard. 7, Frisky's Hurricane, owned by Betty Benner of New Lebanon for Dave Miller. 8 is Lloyd's Alex, owned by Ron Barker of Chillicothe. Sean Barker drives. Number 9, Bristol Avenue, owned by Dan Pitcavage of Massillon. Dale Edwards in the bike. Number 10, Sir Stoney, owned by Charlie Wingfield of Kenton. Jeff out in the sulky. Win, play, show, perfect, trifecta. Third race, Pacers all lined up behind the gate. Set to go. And they're off. First between horses, Gimmick puts a nose in front, takes the lead alongside Special Dan, will take command off the rail In General. Outside, racing fourth, Frisky's Hurricane moving through promptly. Fifth comes Sir Stoney. Along the rail in sixth, it's the Son of BV. Angling in seventh comes Bristol Avenue. Towards the inside eighth, it's BRET Diamond. Then it's 2 lengths. Ninth to Springwood and the trailer 10th is Lloyd's Alex. Maybe the first quarter mile marker, and Special Dan leads the early way at the first quarter, 28 seconds. Caught to the outside, part second is Gimmick. In the pocket at 3, In General. Racing fourth, Sir Stoney. Inside at 5, Frisky's Hurricane. Then it's a big gap of 6 lengths to the Son of BV. Another 2 lengths to Bristol Avenue. To the outside comes Lloyd's Alex 8th. On the rail 9th is BRET Diamond, and the trailer is Springwood Ann. Nearing the half now. Special Dan continues to lead by a length and a half. At the half, 59 seconds, and Gimmick, a long part, hard-fought battle on the outside, is second. Here comes Frisky's Hurricane rushing to the outside, was fifth, and Frisky's Hurricane with a 3-wide sweeping move is up to challenge the leader and will now take the lead as they move past the 5/8. Frisky's Hurricane has taken the lead, but a mere neck as Special Dan is battling back gamely is second. Along the rail In General is pacing at third. Sir Stoney on the inside is fourth. Inside to 5, the Son of BV. They're at the 3/4, 128 and 2. Midway to the final turn, and Special Dan will retake the lead with the inside advantage. Frisky's Hurricane is still there, a game a second. And In General moving into striking position with less than an eighth of a mile to go. And down the stretch they come. Tharp's going to work on Special Dan. Here comes In General down to the inside. Frisky's Hurricane outside, 3 wide, deep stretch now. Special Dan is holding tight, but In General will get up in deep stretch in 1:59. In the winner's circle, winning the third, number 1 In General, a 9-year-old son of General Skipper from Twice a Star. All then trained by Tom Ryan of Fayetteville, Ohio. Brad Henners in the sulky. In General, scoring his second consecutive win coming in from Lexington. His third season's victory and a new lifetime record for the 9-year-old, 1:59 flat. Third race, trophy by the Logan County Bill Fountain Visitors Bureau. 1-2 perfecta, pace $27 even. The 1-2-7 try, $61.40, 61.40. Racing 1 mile, there are no changes in this field of 10. Number 1 is JB HOTROD, owned by Ike Abbott Jr. of Waynesville. Dave Miller drives. Number 2, Little Red Scooter, owned by John Kroner and Bill Luhrmann of Athens for Charlie Schoonover. 3 is Hornblower, owned by Mike Collier of Pataskala and Bill Long Jr. 4, Commando Express, owned by Ellen Peterson of Buford with Jim Potter. Number 5, GIMMICK Bluegrass, sold by Lou Overstreet of Henderson, Kentucky, and Mike Wilder. 6, Uncle Will Goddard, owned by Francis Hammond of Wilmore, Kentucky, and Keith Haynes. Number 7, TDF Baskin, Mark Pointer, the owner, Eric Lentford drives. Number 8, Jay's Fame, Jeff out driving for owner Betty Benner. 9 is Going National, owned by David Page of Washington Courthouse with Jeff Smith. And the 10, Sims Alabama, owned by Ernest P. and Ernest G. Martin. Spencer Adams of Ohio, Scott Mogan in the sulky. Again. There they go. And they're off. Commando Express stepping away promptly for the lead from the far outside. Going National is circling the entire field and wants the front end. GIMMICK Bluegrass give away third of the inside of fourth. There's Little Red Scooter. On the rail 5 to Hornblower. Angling in the 6th from the outside comes Jay's Fame. Off the rail 7th, it's JB HOTROD. Inside 8th, Sims Alabama. 9th along the rail as they reach the first stump. Uncle Will Goddard, and the trailer is TDF Baskin. Opening quarter, 27-4, and Going National has taken the lead. Late by length, Commando Express inside is second. Along the rail 3, GIMMICK Bluegrass. Now to the outside of 4th. Here comes Hornblower. Inside of 5. Little Red Scooter. Jay's Fame into the passing lane is in the cover flow 6th. Followed 7th by heavily favored JB HOTROD. Saving ground 8th. That's Uncle Will Goddard as they approach the half. And to the outside, Commando Express has been flushed first up. They're at the half, 58-2. Going National inside. Continues the lead now. Going National by a neck. Commando Express is there pressuring heavily second. Bluegrass to the inside is third. Outside, second or 4th. It's Hornblower. And between horses now comes Jay's Fame. Outside with the cover flow, it's JB HOTROD. Field begins to tighten up a bit now, and it's Commando Express on the front end taking the lead by a length and a half, 2. Going National inside is second. At the 3/4, 127-2, and it's still Commando Express now by 2.5, 3. Outside a second, Jay's Fame. Going National. Along the rail is third, and here comes Little Red Scooter and Sims Alabama as they turn for home. Less than an eighth of a mile ago, and down the stretch they come. It's the 4, Commando Express, longest shot of the board. Leading the way, inside a second, Jay's Fame. Outside, Little Red Scooter and Sims Alabama. Nobody's going to catch the 90-1 shot. Commando Express. And tonight's pick 3 combination 614, $2,160.60. That's selecting 3 of 3. Trackside now, the official winner of the 4th at 90-1, paying $189.80 on a $2 win ticket. Number 4 is Commando Express. He's a 4-year-old Ohio bred son of Listening from HM Express. Held by Ellen Peterson of Buford, Ohio. Jim Potter, the trainer and a driver. His first season start and a new lifetime record, 158 1/5. Trackside to make the trophy presentation is Mr. Pete Fleming, retired executive director of the Ohio State Racing Commission from the late 1950s to the late 80s, and Cliff Nelson, the executive director from 87 to the present. These two men have been in this position for more than 4.5 decades. Well, tonight's first race simulcast, racing 1 mile, a purse of $2,000. No changes in this field of 10. Number 1 is Dukefield, laced and driven by Bob Harper of Hilliard. 2, Special Blessing, owned by Mary Apking of Cincinnati, handled by Jeff Fount. 3 is Tier Escort, then driven by Ty Van Roden of Mount Vernon. Number 4, Colorful Character, owned by Donna and Delana Hoover of Asheville, Terry Grovesa. Number 5 is My Last Bid, owned by Gene Humphrey of Columbus for Jim Shelton. Number 6, Wholesale Merchant, laced by Walter Howard of Columbus, Trent Tharps aboard. 7 is High Creed Osborne, owned by Sandra Teague of Lebanon for Glenn T. Number 8, Daddy Oshus, laced by Kevin Reed of Lebanon, Eric Lenforda. Number 9, Tennessee Kelly, owned by Jim Jones of Nashville, Tennessee, Jimmy Wissman of the bike. And the 10, Volunteer George, owned by Carl Smith of Washington Courthouse, Jeff Smith in the sulky. One-play show, perfected twin trifecta wagering, 9 minutes to post, 9 minutes. 5th race pacing is Stallions and Geldings. All running behind the gate and set to go. And they're off. From the center of the track, My Last Bid, charging hard for the lead. Away second is Tier Escort. Off the rail third came Duke Field. Inside fourth, Volunteer George. Then it's a gap of 3, 5 to Special Blessing. Outside, looking for the seat sixth, Colorful Character. To the inside of seventh came Wholesale Merchant. Along the rail in eighth, High Creed Osborne. Daddy Oshus on the inside is racing ninth. And following a short break, leaving the trailer, Tennessee Kelly at first quarter, 28-1. On the front with the lead, it's My Last Bid by a length and a half. Volunteer George, come to the outside, is now pressuring a second. Tier Escort to the pocket is third. Dukefield leaving the wood to the outside, grabbing cover fourth. Special Blessing into the passing lane is fifth, followed by Color Character sixth. Saving ground on the inside comes Wholesale Merchant. As they reach the half, it's still My Last Bid calling the shots here. Half and 57-2. My Last Bid by 2 lengths. On the inside, it's Tier Escort getting the trip second. Volunteer George is first up on the outside, and here comes Dukefield swinging 3 wide. Into traffic now, locked in tight. Wholesale Merchant is racing at fifth. Outside, pacing sixth comes Special Blessing as this field begins to tighten up now, but it's still My Last Bid, a clear sailing on the front. Leading by a length and a half, 2 3/4, 126 and 4. And My Last Bid, the trip of his life here tonight, opens up by 2.5. Outside, Dukefield setting chase second. Along the rail, Tier Escort is racing a third as they turn for home now. Less than an eighth of a mile to go. And down the stretch they come. My Last Bid. Another long shot here. 12-1. Laced away by 2. But on the outside, Wholesale Merchant is shaking loose and coming strong. Wholesale Merchant on the outside will get up in late strides. Wholesale Merchant in front in 157-3. 6 Wholesale Merchant, and 9-year-old son of the world champion Sire Abercrombie from the Lightning Strikes mare Terra. Laced and trained by Walter Howard of Columbus. Trent Tharps in the sulky, first season's victory for the 9-year-old Wholesale Merchant, 157-3. That's just 2/5 of a second off his lifetime record. Wholesale Merchant finding racing room at the top of the stretch, paying $25.40 to win. Stallions and Geldings racing 1 mile. Purse of $2,000, no changes. Number 1 is Notre Dame Irish, shown by Scotty Townsend and Eric Ledford of Ohio. Eric Ledford drives. Number 2, Double Down Style, owned by Laura and Paul Baker of Galloway for Jeff Fount. 3's Near Perfect, shown by Jim Fry of Lebanon, handled by Jim Daly. 4, Magic Ace, owned by Tim Lee of Springfield, Randy Tharpsa. Number 5, Diamonds RR Style, owned by Ross Fleming Jr. and John Chop of Ohio for Mike Wilder. Number 6, Beat the Bandit, owned by Thomas Cummins of Solana for Dave Hawk. 7 is Smoky Waters, owned by Steve and Doris Dennison of Thornville for Dave Miller. Number 8, Osborne's First Son, owned by Herb Campbell Jr. of Plain City and Ryan Holton. Number 9, Matt Hunter, owned by Paul Scurry, Lorraine Reagan and Carl Reagan of Florida. Phil Siebold to the bike. And number 10 is High Elvis, sold by Larry Fullen of Columbus. Brent Holland in the sulky. And Geldings are lining up behind the gate. They swing to the back stretch, and there they go. They're off and pacing from the outside. Diamonds RR Style charging hard for the lead from the inside. It's Double Down Style second. Alongside 3, it's pretty near perfect. Far outside comes Matt Hatter, circling the entire field. Off the rail 5, Notre Dame Irish. Slipping through 6th, it's High Elvis. Towards the inside, 7th, Magic Ace. Dropping in 8th comes Beat the Bandit. 9th along the rail, Smoky Waters. The early trailer 10th is Osborne's First Son. Pretty near perfect takes him to the first quarter in 28-1. On the rail, racing a second. As they come to the stretch, Diamonds RR Style. Then it's a gap of 3 lengths to Double Down Style. Inside 4th, Matt Hatter. Here comes Notre Dame Irish getting underway to the outside. First up 5th. On the rail 6th, it's High Elvis. Behind cover now, into the outside of 7th comes Beat the Bandit. Into the clubhouse turn they go, and Pert near perfect leads by 2. Diamonds RR Style behind the leader is second. Half and 58-2, and here comes Notre Dame Irish. Continuing his forward motion to the outside, he's now third and coming strong. Along the rail, 4th, the Double Down Style. Outside, Beat the Bandit couldn't keep up with that live cover, is racing a 5th. Then comes Matt Hatter 6th, down the back stretch, and Notre Dame Irish charging right by to take the lead. Notre Dame Irish has taken the lead here, opens up by 3 lengths. 3 quarters at 127, and Notre Dame Irish leads by 4. Pert near perfect to the inside is second. Along the rail 3rd, Diamonds RR Style. Beat the Band on the outside is 4th. Along the rail 5th, Double Down Style as he turned for home. Less than an 1/8 of a mile to go, and it's Notre Dame Irish by 4. Pert near perfect chasing a second. Outside 3rd, Diamonds RR Style. Notre Dame Irish gets up in 1:57, a new lifetime record. Trackside now is the official winner, number 1, Notre Dame Irish, a 5-year-old Indiana-bred son of Gunship from Wolf Call by Umbra Wolf. By Scotty Townsend and Eric Lenford of Ohio. Selden Ledford, the trainer, Eric Lenford in the sulky. Second season's victory for Notre Dame Irish, 157 flat. One a stellar attraction owned by John Wilk in the middle point for Mike Wilder. Number 2, Bestest Friend, owned by Laura and Paul Baker of Galloway, Leslie Turcotte. 3 is Rick and Dick, owned by Clarence Mayhew Jr. for Sean Mayhew. 4 Scratched. 5 Dance Craze, owned by Bill Lambeth of Columbus for Dave Majeski. 6 is Locked in the Style, owned by Vernon Byers Jr. of Mechanicsburg for Dave Miller. 7 Rappin' Ruby, owned by Don Guard and Don Urban of Zanesville and Dave Hawk. Number 8, Be Who, owned by Dan Pitcavage of Massillon and Dale Edwards. 9 is Cash Crisis, owned by Donna Williams of Lebanon, driven by Randy Tharps. Number 10, Dublin Sunday Star, owned by Don Bullen Jr. of Marengo. Keith Haynes in the sulky. Win Play Show, trifecta, twin trifecta wagering. 18 Pacers running behind the gate. On the back stretch and set to go. And they're off. The 5 Dance Craze is first to lead from the outside. Be Who came away second. Off the rail 3, Stellar Attraction. Early 4th, Bestest Friend. From the outside at 5 came Cash Crisis. Slipping through 6th, Dublin Sunday Star. 2 lengths, 7th to Rick and Dick. Then it's another 2, the Locked in Style. The early trailer is Rappin' Ruby. They're in the first quarter, and Be Who has an early 5-length advantage. Reaching that first quarter, 28-4. Be Who leads the way. Outside, part second, comes Bestest Friend. Dance Craze along the rail is 3rd. Outside, racing 4th, comes Cash Crisis. 5th on the rail is Stellar Attraction. To the outside of 6th comes Locked in Style. Dublin Sunday Star is back 7th. To the outside 8th, Rappin' Ruby. Now the trailer Rick and Dick into the clubhouse turn they go. And on the front, Be Who. By a length and a half, 2. Outside, now pressuring 2 comes Dance Craze. Reaching the half in 59-4. Along the rail racing a 3rd, it's Stellar Attraction. Bestest Friend gapping the cover badly is fourth. Swinging 3 wide comes Cash Crisis. And Dublin Sunday Star slipping up the rail, advancing sixth. Field against a tight now. And Bihu is under attack. Outside, Cash Crisis with a 3 wide sweeping move will take the lead here. Dance Craze on the outside is third. Still of Attraction slips up the rail as they reach the 3/4. 3/4, 1:29 and 2. And Cash Crisis now by 2.5, 3. Bihu is second. Still of Attraction to the outside is pacing at third. And Dance Craze holds the fort fourth. Dublin Sunday Star slips up the rail fifth as they turn for home. Now less than an eighth of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come. Cash Crisis pulling away. Bihu is battling back second. Still of Attraction is third. In deep stretch, it's Cash Crisis, Bihu, and Still of Attraction in that order. 2 minutes and 1. Trackside, the unofficial winner, number 9, Cash Crisis, an 8-year-old son of Fundamentalist from Peaches Killian, but Ellis Elmerhurst. Obadana Williams of Lebanon, Mike Lee, the trainer Randy Tharps in the sulky. 6th season's victory coming in from Lebanon. Pacing to Nice Mile, 2 minutes, 1/5. 7th race now official. Introducing trotters for race number 8, Condition Trot, racing 1 mile, purse of $4,000. A shortened field of 7 to 1 has been scratched. Number 2 is Le Mans Hanover, owned by Marty Lavelle of Columbus. Kelly Shepard drives. 3 is Yellow Creek, owned by Robin Roll, Patricia Roll, and Francis Beard of Ohio. Dan Ader with the lines. Number 4, Post Date, owned by Mike Sowers of MacArthur for Dale Miller. Number 5, Pass the Ammo, owned by Melody Ross of Powell for Eric Lenford. Number 6, Decoy, owned by Mike Griffin of the Cyrus, Mel Turcata. 7 is Lark's Luke, owned by James Sproul III, Francis Meyer, Tom Brinkerhoff, Kentucky and Ohio. Jeff Fout drives. And the 8, Independent Blaze, owned by Richard and Betty McNutt of Millersburg, Ohio. Scott Cox in the sulky. One play show, perfect the trifecta way. Backstretch, there they go. And they're off. Post Date is first to step away for the lead. From off the rail, Le Mans Hanover. The outside of 3, it's Past the Ammo. Down to the inside of 4th comes Yellow Crick. Angling in 5 is Decoy. Then comes Lark's Luke and Independent Blaze, brings up the rear 7th. Midway through the first turn and on the front with the lead. It's Post Date, leading by 2.5, 3. Le Mans Hanover trots second. Yellow Crick getting underway early on the outside with a quarter move. Making his bid for the lead is third. Inside to 4th, Past the Ammo. They're at the first stop, 29 and 4. Coming through the stretch, and Post Date with the lead. Yellow Crick on the outside, and Past the Ammo is on a break. Past the Ammo is off stride. Le Mans Hanover now sits in the pocket, trotting third. Then it's a gap of 5 to Decoy, another 2 to Lark's Luke. Inside to Independent Blaze, and Past the Ammo is back trotting but trails 7th. On towards the half, and Post Date, the 4 with the lead. Leads by a length, half and 59 and 3. Yellow Crick on the outside is stalking a second. Le Mans Hanover in the pocket is third, and Decoy coming to the outside takes cover 4th. Lark's Luke is now in the passing lane. He's third over, trotting 5th. On the rail 6th to Independent Blaze. Then comes Past the Ammo down the backside, and the long shot Post Date at 17 to 1 leads by 3 parts of a length, and here comes Lark's Luke exploding to the outside, and Lark's Luke with one quick move will take the lead at the 3/4 at 1:29 and 3. And Lark's Luke and Fout is wasting no time here, moving right to the front end and opening up a 3-length lead. Le Mans Hanover is out moving quickly now as they turn for home with less than an eighth. Lark's Luke, a head start here, gets a jump on Le Mans Hanover, who's closing though second on the inside. Mid-stretch, Lark's Luke with the lead. Le Mans Hanover is coming to the outside. Deep stretch, Lark's Luke hangs on. 1:59. Trackside, the winner of tonight's 8th race, featured trot number 7, LARK'S Luke, a 3-year-old Ohio-bred Son of Mighty Crown from LARK'S Peacock by Starlark. Over Jim Sproul III, Francis Meyer, and Tom Brinkerhoff of Kentucky and Ohio. Mr. Brinkerhoff, the trainer Jeff Fouch in the sulky. LARK'S Luke, an upcoming rising star here in the state of Ohio, just off an Ohio Sire Stakes victory at Raceway Park, lowers his lifetime mark this evening to 159. That his 3rd season's victory in only 4 starts. Number 1 is Star Colt, owned by Bill Carruthers of Kenton. Kelly Shepard drives. 2 is Pud Man, over Robert Lee Marshall of Lynchburg, Virginia, Sean Barker. 3, Ralph Bird, owned by Kathy Haynes of Mount Sterling for Darren Mauser. 4 is Charlie Bunker, owned by Jim Duckworth and Rossville, Ohio, Del Miller. Number 5, Bill Donder, owned by Robert Dye Jr. of Quincy, handled by Mike Wilder. Number 6, Sea Stylish Baby, owned by Bertie Hash of Newark for Dave Hawk. 7, I'm a Track Star, owned by Robert Lowry of Columbus. Eric Lanford drives. 8 is Scratch the 9, Gypsy Trader, owned by Matt Hines and Raymond Brand of Ohio. Charlie Schooner over the bike. And the 10 is Speeding Baker, owned by Giles Clayton of Centerbird. Jeff out in the sulky. There they go. They're off and pacing Pudman. Powers away for the lead from the side of the track goes Bill Donder. Far outside of 3, it's on a Track Star, sprinting quickly. Angling into 4th comes Sea Stylish Baby. Off the rail 5, it's Star Colt. Inside of 6th to Speeding Baker, another 2 lengths 7th to Ralph Bird. Early 8th is Charlie Bunker, the trailer 9th. It's Gypsy Trader. At the first quarter-mile marker, Pudman with the early lead. I'm a Track Star to the outside will take command here. First quarter, 28-1. And I'm a Track Star to the front and takes the lead by 2. Pudman to the inside is now 2nd. Another 2 lengths to Bill Donder. Inside 4th, Sea Stylish Baby. Star Colt moving to the outside, flushes covered 5th. 6th is Speeding Baker, followed 7th by Ralph Bird. Up the rail 8th comes Charlie Bunker. The trailer is Gypsy Trader. They reach the half, 58-1. Around the turn and down the back stretch they go. Lentford has I'm a Track Star. Right on the front by a length and a half, 2. Bill Donder to the outside is pressuring as 2nd. Pudman along the rail is 3rd. Inside the 4th, the Star Colt. 3 wide comes Speeding Baker. On towards the 3/4-mile marker, and I'm a Track Star. A new challenger on his hand, but Speeding Baker is off stride, but right back pacing again, but losing several lengths in the process. That 3/4 at 127-4. And I'm a Track Star again, up by 4. Pudman left to challenge 2nd. Star Colt looking for racing room. Bill Donder is 4th. With less than an 1/8 of a mile to go, it's all I'm a Track Star. As he seals this one, the whip is tucked. I'm a Track Star puts this field to rest. Pudman is up for 2nd. Battle for show. It's I'm a Track Star. 157-3. Ninth race official. Here is the winner, number 7, I'm a Track Star. 5-year-old son of Scipio Track Star from Junie DW. Over Robert Lowry of Columbus, Jim Florio, the trainer Eric Lanford of the sulky. First season's victory. The mile at 157-3. 2 wins tonight for driver Eric Lanford, giving him a driving double. 7-2 perfected, pays $159.60. Ladies and gentlemen, completes this evening's racing program. Thanks for coming out. We invite you back again tomorrow evening. Post time at 7:30. Don't forget the interview with Virgil Morgan Jr. at 7 p.m. So come out early. Until then, I'm your track announcer, Steve Cross, wishing you a safe and a pleasant trip home. Good night.